All right, here we have an Aeroquip hose assembly machine. This machine is for assembling and disassembling reusable fittings onto hydraulic hoses. Of course, you could do this with wrenches and a vise, but with these larger fittings that are old and rusty, it's much easier to do it with this machine. So it uses a chuck over here and then a clamp over here. So this clamp holds the socket, and then this rotating chuck, you can also adjust the depth of those jaws to grab this part here. And you need just those two pieces there to take the fitting off. But then for assembly, you use this tang here that engages into this tang for an anvil that is sized to the fitting you're using. So you need an anvil for each one of the sizes you'd be using on the machine. And here included with this machine are nearly a full set of jaws and mandrels. So the machine uses a 1.5 horsepower motor back there that's reversible with this switch for installing and uninstalling the fittings. And then built into here is a clutch that you can adjust the torque, so you can creep up on taking it off or putting on the fittings. Now, I've literally only used this machine once, so I'm sure there's all kinds of techniques that I'm not that good at yet, but we'll just try to get this old end off of this over 50-year-old hydraulic hose, and it's a military style. So we'll see if we can get this off using this machine. And then one other thing, for installing, I believe you flip this lever, which changes the way this, right there, you hear it lock in. This chuck now spins with that tang, and that's for, I think that's for installing 3-piece fittings, where we're only going to use it disengaged like that, so the tang stays put, and this outer chuck spins around. So we'll go ahead and chuck this up. So let's just loosen this one all the way up. Oh, here, before we do that, we'll just turn this on, and then it reverses. And then you see how that's just barely spinning? So if we hold down the jog button, it's going to use whatever setting is on the torque control. So that's all the way down. If you were to grab that or stop it, it wouldn't provide too much torque until you turn this adjustment up. And then also in here, you can adjust the speed by changing the position of the belt. So I just have it on the slowest speed here, and it's very easy to change. There's a lever back here that you throw, which moves the motor up in order to disengage the belt. So we have it on slow speed. So we'll just see how this works here with this old rusty fitting, if it'll get off here. And so I'll zoom in here a little bit. So I'm just going to engage that nut, and then we tighten the jaws together. And then we slide this up, rotate this until we have it engaged. All right. So now we'll just flip this on in the reverse direction, and I think we might have to rock it back and forth like I did on the other end. So we'll see if it starts spinning here. So there's no torque on it, so I'll turn it up a little bit. And then hit the jog button. And actually this one's coming off easier than the other end. And there it is. That removed that reusable fitting, theoretically, so you can take it off and put it on another hose. And then assembly is some sort of reverse of that, but I believe you need this anvil inside of there, and then you need to slide that up and engage this tang to this inner drive here. So there you have it. The machine, it's obviously older. It's an older, I think, military or Air Force version of this, the Aeroquip or Eaton hose assembly machine. They make newer ones, but this thing is a beast. You know, it's very heavy duty, and it does what it needs to do here. And especially because there's a full set of the mandrels, you could do many different size fittings.